Hello, McFluffy52 here, back with some more Magic the Gathering action. Today, we have some Murders at Karlov Manor action, back with a new set, has some new things to test out, try out, some new cards to mess around, have some fun. Today, we're trying out green. Now, I'm actually pretty optimistic about green in this set. I know that, green has been the worst color in Standard here for 2 years, or something like that, what it feels like. It's been the worst color in Standard, the worst kind of mono color or base color. Everything's been a black X deck for a while now, or white's also been a very strong color in Standard. So why is green good now? Well, the answer is we have some really ridiculous 1 and 2 drops now. We kind of have a critical mass of 1 and 2 drops that I think might actually make green Stompy possible. Now, green Stompy is the only way to play green because, well, Farewell, Sunfall, those types of things, you can't build up any sort of board. Give up on a board, you have to either have good planeswalkers or some big bomb, and those big bombs are reserved to Atraxa, Atali, cards like those. So green, we're playing Stompy. What does Stompy look like? Really juiced 1 drops and 2 drops, and then some solid 3 drops to round it out. We have 1 Nissa here. I don't know. I can't guarantee that this is the best green deck from for the new set, but I think green actually might be strong, and it's going to probably look a little bit like this. Now, these 1 drops are both really good, Evolving Adaptive and Teething Wormlet. They're good because, well, they can grow, and they grow really well in this deck because, well, Evolving Adaptive it has Evolve basically on it, and if you know what Evolve does, if a creature with greater power and toughness enters the battlefield, its power and toughness increases. So that's Evolving Adaptive. Teething Wormlet, on the other hand, a little different, but it's also pretty good. Whenever an artifact enters the battlefield under your control, it will trigger, and for the first time it triggers each turn, you get a +1 counter, and every single time it triggers, you gain a life. So first time it triggers, +1 counter, and you gain a life. The life's good against aggro decks, like Mono Red. I've actually won a game against Mono Red where I was had 2 life left and they had 0, and it was because I gained 3 or more life from Teething Wormlet over the course of the battlefield, or over the course of the battle. Why did I say but? I'm talking so fast. I'm just very excited, alright? Teething Wormlet though, what artifacts are we using to trigger this? Well, last set we got Sentinel of the Nameless City. It's a 3/4 with Vigilance that creates a map token when it attacks and enters the battlefield. Map token's good because there's something that sticks around when your creature dies, because your creatures are going to die. It's a removal dominated format. You got your Sunfalls, say goodbye to your board. You better have some good way of building it up. So map tokens help to keep the juice flowing in green, which is one of the reasons that green has struggled for so long, is just removal's so good. You might as well say goodbye to your cards, and if you don't have anything left, you're you're stuck in the dirt. So Sentinel of the Nameless City gives us that stuff to keep going, and it also gives us an artifact to trigger our Teething Wormlet. Now, our other artifact producer here is a new card, Sharp-Eyed Rookie. Now, this card is really good because it's a 2/2 with Vigilance, and it has an Evolve type thing. Again, if a creature with greater power or toughness enters the battlefield, it triggers Sharp-Eyed Rookie, and it gets a +1 counter, and it also investigates. Now, investigate is just make a clue. Clues are artifacts. It triggers Teething Wormlet. Teething Wormlet grows. Clues also draws cards. So this is another thing where if they sweep the board, well, guess what? We're just gonna crack some clues and draw a hand. That is very nice. Now, you might be saying, okay, we understand how we trigger Teething Wormlet. We have the artifacts from these two, but how do we trigger Evolving Adaptive and Sharp-Eyed Rookie particularly well? Now, that means we need high power or toughness creatures, and those creatures look a little bit like Pelucranos. 4/5 for 3 with reach. Also has a kind of flip side benefit, so if we have nothing else to do, it's pretty good. It's just kind of a nice card. This is a 2/3, so 3 is greater than 2. That kind of helps. And then again, Sentinel of the Nameless City, really good stats. 3/4 Vigilance, so if we end up getting put some +1 counters from exploring onto Nameless City here, or the Sentinel, I guess you could call it, you have a very nice Vigilance threat. Now, the new card that I'm pretty optimistic about in terms of helping out green again is Flourishing Bloom-Kin. It has this whole disguise thing. all that I care about is a 2 mana 2/2 that's power and toughness is essentially equal to the number of forests you control. It gets +1/+1 for each forest you control. So turn 2 is a 2/2, turn 3 it's a 2 mana 3/3, turn 4 it's a 2 mana 4/4. It gets really out of hand when you draw this later in the game. You're dropping a 5/5 for 2 mana. That is very nice. Now, again, we need to keep the gas going. How do we do this? We do it with Feral Encounter. So everything in this deck is so much cheaper. We have actual good 1-drops and 2-drops to play here. This means that Feral Encounter is actually a lot better than it used to be. Because Feral Encounter basically says, look at the top 5 cards of your library, pick a creature card, you can cast it this turn. And then also, when it becomes combat, you get to shoot down one of the opponent's creatures based on the power and toughness, based off the power of one of your creatures. So that's kind of the idea here, is we have these big power creatures. This keeps the gas flowing, and it also serves as removal. And then I forgot about, in terms of keeping the gas flowing, Augur of Autumn is a 2/3, so it does trigger some of our growing things, particularly Evolving Adaptive. It's nice because getting it to 3 can be sometimes difficult if you're just playing Brionne Beastcallers or Sharp-Eyed Rookies. So 3 toughness is nice, but it also says you can look at the top card of your library and you can play lands from them. And if you have 3 or more creatures with differing powers, you can start playing creatures off the top of your library. So this can also, like, when you're in the lead but you're kind of in a roadblock, helps you to start overwhelming the opponent with value on your board. And also set up your next draw. If you're unable to play it, at least you remove those lands off the top. And then last but not least, Brionne Beastcaller. This card has always just been a good green 2-drop. Every time you cast a creature spell, put a +1 counter on it. So this just grows to be enormous if the opponent doesn't do anything about it. So that's our last good 2-drop. Let's see how we do on the ranked ladder. I haven't played, this has been a 7-minute explanation. Oh god. I haven't played ranked, or this game, for some months at a time. So I played some more recently. As I realized the set was going to be coming out soon, wanted to get back into it. So silver currently, but I've been having a lot of fun with this deck in the few games that I've gotten to test it, and I just wanted to share it as soon as possible because I think it's really cool. All right. The rap battle is over. I can now breathe. Okay. Question is, do I want to double Teething Wormlet and then Bloom-Kin next turn? Because there's no like, we could cast it and grow our Evolving Adaptive this turn, but it don't really get a whole ton of it. Oh, I forgot about this card. We were playing 2 of these. This is more of also like another test card in terms of, we're playing 1 copy of Nissa because Nissa is just amazing as like an overrun, and if you eventually get to cast it. Archdruid's Charm, playing it because, well, it's a card draw spell. It can find out your best creature, or it can ramp you, or it's a bite spell that puts a +1 counter on your one of your creatures, or it gets rid of an artifact or enchantment the opponent controls. So pretty nice spell here. Do we really want to fight spell it? I will do it. Or it's not fight spell, it's a bite spell, but yeah, if they get a treasure token, we don't really care because we're just really here to pound face. Again, Disguise is a new mechanic on this card. We're not really particularly caring about it, but we might actually do it this time because of our opponent here sweepering up the board. Trying to think of what would be the card that we would tutor up. We'll just start by doing this, though 5 mana to flip it. We don't even have that much mana. We can always do it again, or do that next turn. Yeah, we're gonna try tutoring our library and see what we want to pick up. Oh, that's what we could pick up. We could pick up the Sharp-Eyed Rookie. So next turn we cast these 2. We have a clue in the bank, and we can kind of start going from there. That sweeper was brutal. We did not really get any of our card draw effects online. Or like extra gas effects online before they did that. Sharp-eyed Rookie, please no instant speed removal. They could destroy it in response to this, and so we wouldn't get the clue token. They might not know what the new cards do, to be honest. But yeah, that's pretty good. 7 power and toughness on the board for 4 mana. Opponent's big scoring. Okay, they're a Reanimator deck. Cool. I do like myself some Reanimator. Myself. That's so bad. We need a land off the top because then we can Nissa and destroy the... That's not a way. Alright, well that is a land. We'll just cast the Bloom-Kin. And the next turn we can cast Nissa as its completed form. So for 5 mana, and then we can -1 it and destroy target artifact or enchantment. Our opponent can't really take our Bloom-Kins. Interesting. It says forest you control. You do not control any forest, sir. Yeah, hopefully we'll get to showcase some cool games with this deck. Again, I don't know if this is the perfect green deck, but I do think green has got some serious new heat in at least these, the Flourishing Bloom-Kin here, and the Sharp-eyed Rookie. Okay, our opponent's not gonna make the same mistake next turn, so we do kind of have to like just bleed ourselves dry to get rid of the Portal to Phyrexia. But we did get rid of it. That is one of the 3 ways. Wow, we've got both of our Archdruid's charms into the graveyard. Why did both of them go into the graveyard? Did one of these... Did we cast both? Yeah, we bite spelled and then we tutored. Yeah, that's correct. Cityscape Leveler. Another reanimation spell. We don't have anything to exile. Well, we don't have anything to exile enchantments or artifacts. They're in the graveyard. So, push. Okay, so they're playing one of the dual face cards. Interesting. These dual face cards are interesting as well because the new mechanic Collect Evidence cares about mana value you exile from your graveyard, and dual face cards, or these aren't dual faced. Double side? Nope, I don't know what you call them. Merge cards. They're not merge. I don't. Somebody tell me. You get the idea. Those cards that are 2 cards in 1, they have the combined mana value, I believe, when you're like kind of evaluating them.
Welcome, my companion.
Nissa also really kind of good with evolving adaptive here. Oops, I forgot that I have this whole map clue nonsense going on. Really good with evolving adaptive and Sharp-eyed Rookie because Nissa poops out bigger and bigger tokens, and this will grow. Your evolving adaptive doesn't care that it's a token, it just cares that it entered the battlefield. So yeah, that's a cool thing. Now we have 2 things with evolve, pseudo evolve in standard. It's funny that like they could have phrased this much shorter by just saying like evolve whenever it evolves, investigate. What did they do? Put 2 target creatures from the graveyard onto the battlefield. You can hasten to sacrifice them at the beginning of the next end step. Interesting. Oh, I didn't even notice that. So this is Grave Upheaval. Except for it's a new the new one. Interesting. Oh. What is this shimmery effect? Is this like gonna be sacrificed? A new thing? Because they didn't have that previously. Oh, pull works well with Cityscape Leveler because Cityscape Leveler doesn't care that you, or like it doesn't go into exile because you didn't unearth it. It's a cheaper way of unearthing it. This is a really cool deck our opponent's playing. Alright. Map it up. You can't map at instant speed because this is activated as a sorcery, so we can't really do that before damage, unfortunately. 7 mana. Anything's a go off the top. Ooh, that's really bad. Yeah, I think this is one of the times we get got. Oh, Pharaoh encounter to save the day. Top 5 cards. Pick out best one. Pelucranos. Or Aura of Autumn. Aura of Autumn's pretty good. Sharp-Eyed Rookie also, like, these are all really good options in terms of like potentially rebuilding the board or going for lethal. Hard. Because if Aura of Autumn dies, this is a disaster. Sharp-Eyed Rookie dies. It's not great. None of these are great if they die. Which one's best if they survive? Sharp-Eyed Rookie. Because if it survives, it can potentially make a clue, which will draw us more cards. I think it's better than Submit Zero. Unfortunately, there's nothing to fight on our opponent's side, but we still get a 2 mana look at the top 5. They put their Seascape Leveler onto the battlefield. Yeah, this is making me think that Archdruid's Charm might actually be... Well, in these matchups, Archdruid's Charm is better because we could have just exiled the Portal of Phyrexia, and then they would have had to find a second one. So, Archdruid's Charm. Maybe even better than what I thought. Very cool use of the new card pull, though, to reanimate for a turn by the opponent. But yeah, there's a card that I found. I was making a Kroxa and Kunaros commander deck called Grave Upheaval, I think it is. That is basic land cycling, and it's 6 mana, and it does the same exact thing as Pull. But it only does it for one creature. You can take one creature from any graveyard and reanimate it for a turn and attack in. We have the evolving hand here. You can see evolving adaptive, we play turn 1, we play Sharp-Eyed Rookie turn 2. Evolving adaptive becomes a 2/2. Sharp-Eyed Rookie is a 2/2. Turn 3, if we can, we Pelucranos. And then this becomes a 3/3, this becomes a 3/3. And then if we get another Pelucranos, they're legendary. Probably not the best if that happened. But then we could potentially play Bloom-Kin. We could also play Bloom-Kin on turn 3 instead. It all depends. Alright, Diego. I think this might be... I never can tell, like, if nothing has moved, is it a mulligan decision? Is the game just not, like, loaded in properly for both players? Oh, it's a mulligan thing. Okay. Forgot. Well, I think it sometimes changes, or it differs. Alright. Alright. Green smack. I'm tempted to play another Sharp-Eyed Rookie. This would be like the slow way of playing, but it would get us the most amount of value. But the problem is if our opponent's playing like well, they probably wouldn't be playing Path of Peril. And that's the only like 3 mana sweeper. So I think we're probably safe to do it, assuming they don't have like containment, or what is it? The 3 mana enchantment that exiles all permanents 2 or below, 2 mana or less. I forgot what it's called. Containment? Breach containment? It's alright, you know, I'm gonna look it up since our opponent here is it's in set Dominaria. I don't remember the abbreviations for Dominaria United. Is that DU? Let's see. DMU. Okay. Anyways, Dominaria United. Color white. Am I missing it? I scrolled past it. Rarity rare. Oh, temporary lockdown. I was completely off base. My bad. Alright, let's play. Pelucanos has more value if it's like later on, so I'm gonna play this. Like, if the opponent were to remove Pelucanos, we'd be sadder, so go ahead, crack the clue just in case our opponent has some way of removing artifacts at the same time. I mean, they used an abrade. Maybe they would have abraded our clue. This is a very lands heavy draw. Still, opponent's staring down lethal, you know. What do they do each turn? They played an abrade turn 2, they did nothing turn 1. Yeah, this is like lethal turn 5. Killing them in 5 turns. Pretty good. I had a game where I won turn 4. And I think the opponent still like played creatures. I just drew into like feral encounters, so I was able to like remove fight spell their creature. It's not a fight spell, it's a bite spell. But yeah. That does not look like it's gonna do it, sir. I could be wrong. And if I'm wrong, I'll be sad. But do I need to play out creatures? I'll play this. And then I think I'll hold up Pelucanos post. Okay. It had nothing. I should have just attacked in and then played post combat. I was just worried that they were gonna kill a creature when I went to attack in. But yeah, I couldn't do anything pre-combat, change that, so should have waited. So far so good. Let's take a quick look at the stats page, because Untapped GG will tell me how I've been doing with the deck. Or I think it will. I don't know if this includes the most recent match. Okay. Maybe I thought things were going better than they were. We're 4-2. Not bad. Certainly, because it is like, that's a 60-something% win rate. But, I kind of wish I didn't keep this hand. I'm not gonna be able to cast anything besides the Sharp-Eyed Rookie if I didn't draw a land. Thankfully, I just never punished, drew a land. Please let the Sharp-Eyed Rookie live. Golgari ramp. Maybe this is... I mean, does Golgari tend to play Trickery Stomper? From my recollection, they played more like Mosswood Dread Knight and other stuff. There was no need to play... Oh my goodness, how many Sentinels of the Nameless City am I gonna get? Opponent is ramping though. Maybe they're gonna slam one of those enchantment things. I forgot what they're called. Virtue of Persistence, I think is the one. Gix is lame. We'll draw a card. Because we can still play a Rolling Adaptive. Oh. Yo. Where the lands at? Where the lands at? Play Sharp-Eyed Rookie. Trickery Stomper. No land drop. Presumably. So they're not going to be able to attack with them yet. We still have time to take them away. Carl Encounter does nothing. I could Nameless City here and just skip the Sharp-Eyed Rookie, which feels awful. But it might be the right thing to do because we can just slam another Sentinel of the Nameless City. And if we get a lucky Clue Crack here, we can also pump the Sentinel of the Nameless City to block the Topiary Stompers. Opponent probably has 2 up for removal, which is one downside of playing these evolving creatures. You've got to play your bigger creatures pre-combat. Your opponent might remove them. Fight spell? Disgusting. Okay. If this is a land, can we play it? No, we played this one this turn. Pelucranos. I do love my buddy Pelucranos, but I think I'll pass on this guy. Just because we have a lot of stuff in hand, and this guy screwing up the fact that we kind of want to draw land. Takedown heavy? Alright. So wait. What are we? Is this just Golgari Fight Club? Except for we haven't drawn an Obliterator? Okay, okay. Playland. Feral Encounter. Flourishing Bloom-Kin. Yes, we will absolutely play one of those. Love to have another land here, but we'll just play the Flourishing Bloom-Kin. Now you might be asking, why am I playing this instead of like playing a bunch of other things? I was worried that they have a removal spell here, so they would try to remove whatever I'm about to fight spell with. So, or bite spell. I don't know that if that works exactly. Like I thought it, or like I thought it would, yeah. They can respond to the trigger or the second trigger. Do we attack in here? I don't think so. I think we just keep our stuff up. We would get a not a clue. A map, which would be nice. Thunderous Debut. Wow. We are we were slow to get going. What did they have that stopped us? Did we just draw poorly? Gix's Command. Hey man, you don't even have to play Gix's Command anymore. There's actually a black sweeper that they printed. Which is so sad. Every card is a sweeper in this game. Yeah. Obliterator means we kind of just need to one-shot KO them, which is going to be hard to do. We might have lost. Can't believe we're losing to this. Well, we were kind of, well, no, it was just a really lucky Gix's Command, I think, to some degree. Topiary Stomper dodges Gix's Command, and they drew both Topiary Stompers and their Gix's Command. They're able to keep their strong board state up. Okay, you're attacking in. That seems like the wrong move here, considering we can pretty much lethal crack back them. And we're not dying. Alright, well, while I contemplate our opponent's choices, we're going to see if we can actually win this one, because of their missteps. Teething Wormlet's probably better at this point. Play this. We gain 1 health for every time we get a token or an artifact token, so this is we're gonna gain a bunch of life this turn, which is nice. And then we can go ahead and Feral Encounter the Topiary Stomper, and then we have 4 attackers that are pretty sizable. They can only block a 6/6, so they can take 10 plus 4. Seems like a win to me. Opponent really should have held back their Obliterator and played it a little bit slower. But you know what they say, math is for blockers, and we did the math because we were blocking. They did not. All right, we'll play one more of the one more round of the deck. Let me know if you all have encountered any cool new decks from like using the new cards in standard here. I would love to have other cool things to hey yo sure. It's a really bad keep if we drop no. We just had to get lucky. Well, just not get unlucky, really. 6 lands in the top 8. Yeah, sure. Mono white. Does mono white have it? I don't know if mono white is actually better than mono green at the moment. Looking at that feral encounter, I changed my mind. It's good. We will be using this feral encounter, and we will not be casting any creatures to get rid of this Thalia. Because Thalia attacks is just first strike, axe is not a cool combination. Oh, oh. This doesn't draw them cards, right? It just double triggers. Okay, cool. That's fine with us. Maybe we play Sentinel of the Nameless City. Because then next turn we can go ahead and do the thing we wanted to do. Huh? Oh. Can't be blocked by a certain type of creature. If we attack in with Sharp-Eyed Rookie, are they going to trade? I don't really want to trade at this point. We have 8 1-drops, so our Feral Encounter could hit a 1-drop next turn. So, kind of what we're betting on. If not, we can, I guess, just crack a map. Lame. That is what we call in the business lame. Get rid of the Sentinel and name the city. Do it. Coward. It double triggers. My board. What have you done to me? Ouch. That hurt. I hate it already. Like, I didn't know it was possible to hate something so much, but I hate mono white again already. That was disgusting. You were supposed to be in Evolving Adaptive. You were supposed to be there sooner. You're supposed to be there in like 1 card earlier and things would have turned out fine. I mean, I could blow up the Brutal Cathar, but they're probably gonna have another one. The Thalia is kind of annoying, but at this point it doesn't really matter. Is Delney really worth blowing up, or I just want my creatures back? I kind of just want my creatures back. Creatures back means I can block. Let's do that. It's gonna evolve again. We're gonna get another artifact. Oh, wait. Since that grew things, we can attack. At least in a favorable manner. When did they get to 25? I guess it's the Luminarch veteran doubling triggers. My goodness. Ugh. These decks are disgusting. Oh my god. That is a new deck. I will give them that. That is really disgustingly strong. I didn't think Delney was I didn't think Delney had any legs. And I was wrong. I killed Luminarch veteran, they just replay it. Should I just take the damage and then hope to crack back harder? I need to get rid of this Delney. I think there's just so many removal threats that we should be playing more of the Archdruid's Charms. Ooh. Wait a minute. Creatures with power 2 or greater less can't be blocked with creatures power 3 or greater. So we're gonna take a bunch of damage next turn, regardless of whether we want it or not. That's not fun. I think we're gonna draw a card here, just because we're gonna draw one regardless. I was wrong. I can't count. Cat count, damn it. What do I want to put it on? Ooh, that's exactly like what I like to see. We can attack in with pretty much everything without too much fear because they're not going to be able to block anyways to some degree. It's a lot of damage. Well, they have a lot of life gain. Damn, this Delney card's broken. Double life gain. Yikers. No. Youch. Okay, I've never seen Imodane's recruiter blow me up even like so hard. Delney will block because we can just get away with it. And then block this. How much damage we take? Ooh, that's still lethal. Ooh. What do we care about most in terms of getting rid of? This keeps them from growing, like doing a ton back afterwards. Take a lot, but we lose 2. We still keep 2 of our stronger cards. And I actually get to do some pretty good stuff here. Pretty good combo of cards. +1 counter. Cast another creature. This gets a +1 counter, and then it triggers the Sharp-Eyed Rookie. Triggers that. Triggers that. We gain some life. Do some damages. I think we leave everything else back. Their stuff isn't unblockable anymore, so we're actually pretty good condition. I think they may have hunted somehow. I guess he. Ooh my gosh, I hate that card. They are playing all soldiers. I didn't even realize. No, that's a knight. I lied. Again. Archdruid? Okay. We'll just play as many stuffs as I want. I mean, our board looks impressive. I just don't know if I have lethal for some reason. Some reason the mono white deck is scaring me. You know what they say, math is for blockers. If we lose this one, it's my fault. Wow, that was a really cool match. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, comment. Let me know what you think of the new set, or well, I don't really care that much about what you think of the new set. I was not particularly excited for the set, but so far, well, at least playing those games with this deck got me a little bit more excited. So, let me know instead, what cards are you seeing make a breakout and how? Or like, I guess, what new decks have you spotted? I'd love to hear about them, and I can share them on the channel or like playtest them potentially. And then in terms of this deck, I feel like Archdruid's Charm. Get rid of the Nissa, go Archdruid's Charm. And yeah, it was pretty fun. We actually won a fair few. What does it look like? 6-2, not bad. I mean, we were in silver, but like, you saw the decks we were playing against. They weren't exactly heaps of garbage. So anyways, have a nice morning, evening, night, afternoon, wherever and whenever you're watching. Ciao.